On this video, I would like to show you how to teach the horse to accept the saddling procedure. A Tyrolean Haflinger Stallion, which is 18 months old and so far had no interaction with the saddle. At first we are using a rope which we put around the body of the horse in a manner as you can see it on the video, all the time controlling the head so that the person who does it stays in a safe zone. Important thing is to keep the rope first loose, just that the horse gets accommodated to the feeling. Once the horse accepts the situation, you can pull the loose end of the rope through the created loop, always under control, without any pressure, without any stress, so that the horse, as it is still a baby, understands that this is just a game. You can see that the loop goes under the belly of the young horse, and only gentle pressure while creating also confidence is applied. Important thing is all the time to be very friendly to the horse so that the horse understands that this is no violence, this is nothing what can harm to the horse. Once the horse accepts that the line is a bit tight around the chest, we can try walking so that the horse gets accommodated into the situation with the rope around his chest. As you can see, Winchester is doing it very well. There is only limited stress. Of course, he is a bit stressed because it's completely new feeling for him. He never did this before we recorded the video, but as we have done a lot of groundwork before, he feels confident in the presence of a human. As you can see, important thing is to place the loop underneath, and with my right hand controlling the horse's head in the case that there is a rapid movement happening. And you see now we can very easily tie the rope a bit tighter and understand if the horse accepts it. Should the horse not accept it, we can always release it and make it loose. Once the horse accepts rhythmically increased and decreased pressure of the low rope, while always assuring him that nothing bad is happening, it's very important to completely release the rope, remove it, and give the horse some time to absorb and understand what he has learned just now. So before any further exercise starts, it's important to give the horse a couple of minutes of relaxing time. So at this stage we just remove the rope and let the horse walk a bit in the round pen, and then only we start the next exercise. The next thing what happens is the interaction with the saddle pad. Of course, this is something new, so we let the horse get familiar with it, to sniff on the saddle pad and get in contact. You see that the horse is a bit anxious. Of course, it's something new, but again, making the horse understand that the saddle pad is nothing bad, that the saddle pad is just in the contact with the body of the horse, doesn't do any harm to him. The horse slowly accepts that the saddle pad comes on the back. Here it is very important to do it without any stress and give always the horse time to accept the new situation. Once the saddle pad is on, you can make a bit of walking exercise with the horse, always playing with it. And here I would like to emphasize that the most important thing in this exercise is to make the horse understand that this is just a game. Important thing again, it's to touch the saddle pad to create a bit of a noise, rubbing the hand on the saddle pad, because this will happen when the saddle comes on it, and you see that the horse still reacts with a bit of fear. So we give him some time to absorb it, to understand that this is nothing bad and nothing can happen to him when we are around. You see, the horse is still not completely happy with the situation, but with few steps and few movements it will be easier and easier for him. Once the horse has fully accepted the saddle pad, and of course sometimes it can take longer, sometimes it can take shorter, it depends fully on the horse, we come to the saddling procedure. And again, we give the horse time to get familiar with the saddle, to sniff on it, to again win confidence. It is something completely new for the horse to accept something on the back. Usually when the horse accepts the saddle pad, the saddle is easier. For this exercise with young horses, we are using a children's saddle as a first thing, because it's smaller and it's less traumatic to the horse. And as you can see, Winchester never had this horse on his back, but again highlighting the fact that we have done quite a lot of groundwork with him before going into this procedure, without saddle pad, just working with the round pen makes it much easier for the horse. So we put the saddle on his back, walk a bit, of course without fixing the saddle on his chest. We just walk, and as you can see, the walk is now much less stressful. The horse accepts the situation and we can move forward. The next thing is to fixate the saddle to the horse, and it's important again to do it very, very slowly, because as you can see, the girth will be hanging on the side of the horse, and it's very important that the horse doesn't get scared of it. So we take the girth and we make it a bit swing, we make it touch the legs, always controlling the head of the horse with our line, so that with any explosion of fear or fast movement, we are all the time in the safe zone. So as you can see, he is now fully accepting the girth hanging, moving a bit with the fear, but not too much stressed. We can now try to touch the girth and make it touch the horse's chest. As you can see, this part is actually pretty okay, but we still do not make it fixed to the saddle. We just hold it with the hand, one hand with the rope controlling the head, another hand with the girth, so that we can always control the situation and interrupt any exercise if there is any excessive fear coming out of the horse. Once this is done, you can start fixating the saddle to the girth, again very, very slowly with one loop only, so that if something happens, you can release it very, very quickly. And as you can see, the horse is very calm, doesn't react in any negative way to the saddle, and so we can continue fixing the saddle. Even he starts to eat the grass, which is always a good sign, because he's in the principle not worried about what we are doing with him. Again, the loop is created, but the saddle is not fixated, so that we have the opportunity just to release it or take it off if absolutely necessary. And then we can slowly start to tie the saddle tighter. And we are done. It's not so complicated, and on this video really this 18 months old horse has his saddle for the first time and accepts it pretty well. On the next horse you will see that it's not always so easy.